everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome Shlamolo to present her presentation about ChatGPT into Storyline 360. Shlamolo, will you please introduce yourself? And remember, you have 10 minutes for this session.
All right, thank you so much, Marie. Hi, everybody. My name is Nsamono. I work for FL Smith, and thank you so much for the platform. Okay, so today I'll be talking about how to integrate ChatGPT into Articulate Storyline 360. So first things first, what is Articulate Storyline 360? It is a tool for creating interactive e-learning courses and scenarios, whereas ChatGPT, which stands for Generated Prompt, is a natural processing tool that allows organizations to quickly and effectively respond to customer inquiries. So, first things first, we're going to open our Storyline 360. So I'm going to show you how to do, or rather, how to integrate ChatGPT into Storyline step by step. So first thing, you're going to create your icon. Over here, I have my icon that will tell me that basically when I click on this icon, it will show my chatbot. Then we need to get an API key. So an API key is a tool that will allow communication between Storyline 360 and ChatGPT. So we need to get an API key. So you're going to go to platform.openai.com/account/API key. Then you're going to create your API key. You're going to copy it and you're going to paste it. You can paste it on a notepad or Word document just in case you want to redo your project and then you don't lose your API key. Because once you copy it and you say done, you can't get back your API key. All right. So this is our website. So once you have opened your website, you're going to go to the button that allows you to click new to create a new secret key. You're going to create your new secret key, and then you're going to press on this button to copy it. And when you're done, you're just going to press on done. Then now we need to create our variables. So these are the variables that we're going to use to tell ChatGPT that this is what we wanted to respond to and whatnot. So we're going to create our API key. We're going to have a response variable, a role, a chat history, and a message variable. So right here, I have created my variables, as you can see. And then by my API key default value, I will put the API key that I copied earlier. And then by role, I will put on instructional designer. So basically, this is me telling ChatGPT that I wanted to act as an instructional designer. So if maybe you wanted to act as an English teacher, you can do that. If you wanted to act as a maths teacher, feel free to also do that. So this is the role that I'm giving ChatGPT. Then I am going to create my chatbot. So I have here my copy button, I have my export chat history button, and I also have my minimize button and where my text entry. So basically this is where the user is going to put in their response or whatever that they want ChatGPT, however they want ChatGPT to react to them. And then I also have a button that will send the message to ChatGPT. So now we need to add triggers for these buttons, or rather these icons, so that it will respond accordingly. So here I have my first trigger, which is I'm going to say execute JavaScript when the timeline starts on the slide. So now I have attached a screenshot of my JavaScript. I prefer to write down my JavaScript in Visual Studios because it is easier to read and it's easier to see and organize. However, if you do prefer, you can always do your JavaScript code in Articulate Storyline 360. It's just a personal preference. So I put down my JavaScript code over here. Then once I'm done, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it into my Articulate Storyline 360. Then I have my next trigger for my copy button. So this trigger, I'm going to say execute JavaScript when the user clicks on copy. So my JavaScript code would will be copy, response, open bracket, close bracket. Then I'll have my next trigger, which is export chat history. So I'm going to tell articulate storyline again to execute JavaScript when the user clicks on export chat history. So my JavaScript code will be export chat, open bracket, close bracket. Then my second last trigger, which will be for my send message, I'm going to say execute JavaScript when the user clicks on send message. If the message, basically the user input, is not equal to blank. This is just to prevent the user from sending a blank message um, to ChatGPT. Then my code is going to be send message open bracket close bracket. And then my last trigger is going to be your text entry, which is going to, so basically this is a default trigger. It comes automatically when you put in your text entry. Then you're just going to change it to match your variable. So since I've created a variable for message, I'm going to say to set message equal to the typed value when the text entry loses focus. So that's it for all our triggers. Now, what I'm going to do next, I am going to publish my course to see if my triggers, my variables, together with my API key is working and if ChatGPT is able to respond to articulate storyline 360. So after I have published it, I have my course here, and I'm going to ask it what is ADDIE. So this is me asking it what is ADDIE, and it's going to tell me to wait. Then once it's ready with my answer, it'll give me an answer to say ADDIE is an instructional design model that stands for analysis, design, development, etc. So now we know that indeed ChatGPT is working together with articulate storyline 360. Now, there are many uses of ChatGPT. You can use it for maybe to evaluate open text responses, to generate quiz questions, for embedded chatbot that is trained on course content, and even to assess users' performance based on XAPI data and generate content or recommendations accordingly. That is it for me. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tlamolo. I think you have stunned us. The questions is starting coming in. Will this be available? So yes, for those of you who want to, we will make the recording available afterwards. Any questions that you have now? Is it possible to go back and edit the triggers? There's a question. After you have created it, can you go back?
Yes, definitely. You can go back and edit your triggers. So if maybe you've made a mistake, feel free to go back to your Storyline 360, edit your trigger, and then you'll just have to republish your course, and then you can check it if it does work. Unfortunately, you can't preview your course in Articulate Storyline 360 because JavaScript is not supported by Articulate per se. So you need to publish it out. Yeah.
Okay, so publish, come back, edit, publish again. That's
yes,
okay.
basically.
100%.
Yeah.
Then, is it possible to see an example of the end result? That was another question.
It is. I was actually gonna get to it. So
sorry.
What questions you guys want me to write inside, and then I'll just do that. Let me just share my screen.
But because you have said that your role is instructional designer, it will be biased to giving things that relates to instructional design. Is that the reason why you have set the role to that? So if I'm a maths teacher and I'll put a maths teacher, it will be then more.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's
so
super.
basically you tell ChatGPT how to act. If you wanted to be a maths teacher, you can tell it to be a maths teacher. If you wanted to be an English teacher, you can also do that. So it's entirely up to you.
The question only the South Africans will understand. So there's a question in the chat box. They ask you to ask the ChatGPT, is the Springboks going to bring the trophy home for the Rugby World Cup?
I mean, well, we can try that, but I mean, in this instance, it is acting as an instructional designer. But let's try it. I don't think it's going
Yeah,
to be
maybe they can give us a framework of what the Springboks need to follow to bring the cup home.
Yeah, bringing the cup home. Let's see if ChatGPT is able to respond. Okay. Oh, it says no. Unfortunately, it says no. So your answer is no. Sorry for that.
Okay, so for those of you playing Super Brew, don't be careful now what you say.
Yeah. So you can ask it many questions. Like I can say, what is Maya's laws and or rather Maya's principles, and then it should be able to give me a response to
Yeah,
tell me
the
what Maya's
multimedia
principles
principles.
are. So it's telling me that Maya's principles of multimedia. So it's giving me a response. I can ask another question. What is PADI? So, so we know for sure that ChatGPT is working with Storyline 360. Any other questions you guys would like me to ask ChatGPT?
Is there any other questions? I just see the friendship ended with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Oh, my soul. Is there any other questions that you want to ask? Maybe Eugenie?
It's not a question, just to say that this was absolutely wonderful. Thanks so much. And I also want to watch the recording again. How cool is
Yeah.
this?
To get the
Thank you so
steps.
much.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Jean.
perfect. Another question from Liz.
Yeah, it was just a question of the bot. I suddenly became very interested in bots in your presentation. So thank you for that. Previously, I couldn't really care about a bot. But
Yeah.
so how easy is it for a I mean, I like AI, but I don't think I'm particularly good at it. How easy would it be to import program information or information on a module or a program and then to create a bot using this? Thanks.
Well, ChatGPT does have a prompt generator, so you can just type um, ChatGPT prompt generator, and then you want, or rather, how you want your articulate through line to act, or what you'd like to build in it, and then it will generate a prompt for you. And then once it has generated a prompt for you, then you can take that and paste it into your articulate storyline 360. So you don't really have to crack your head about what exactly you're going to write for ChatGPT to respond accordingly. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's definitely something that we are considering moving towards online learning, especially in our space, that we look at these things and just give students that extra support. So thank you so much. I just want to like to remind all of you that now at 1 o'clock in the Kuma space, you can look on the program and we will have a 15-minute exercise session. And for those of you who have joined us last year, it is more or less while you are sitting on your chair. So don't expect now that we're going to fly through the air, but please join us for the exercise session in Kuma space. And then I'll also remind you that on the program on the website, we have a link. It's at the upper part of the program where you can watch the video, and there's small little snapshots of what each presentation is all about, so that you can actually see what you are going to get yourself into if you attend that presentation. All right, and then I'll see you now in Kuma Space, and after that in the next sessions. Enjoy, and thank you for your attendance.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Pleasure. Bye.